We're here in Fresno, California, and I'm going to show you a planting of Western Redbud, Cercis occidentalis, in a native type setting. So one of our clients has a nice area below their house that is a lookout to the San Joaquin River. And this area has all native plants, sycamores, oaks. Their goal was to enhance that native planting. The idea was to add to the native trees that are here with an understory large shrub called Western Redbud or Cercis occidentalis. We laid out a grouping of 5. We placed them in a natural way, like they could possibly occur in nature, 2 together and 3 a little ways from that. We're kind of picturing them blooming in the spring, which will be spectacular. This is a plant that has flowers everywhere, even on the branches right up to the trunk and on the trunk. Native to right where we are, central part of California, it grows in foothill areas and grows in hot, dry areas like ours. It's the type of native plant we want to be using. When you look into using natives all over the country or California natives, California represents a challenge because there are so many native plants, and yet there's a lot of different microclimates in California. So just because it's a California native doesn't mean it would thrive in your area without a lot of care. So you need to figure out which part of California it's native to and if that's similar to your part of California. A good example of a California native that isn't native to similar areas to our hot, dry summers is the coast redwood, which occurs in moist summer areas from Santa Cruz northward along the coast where you get summer fog. We have nothing close to summer fog. And that's kind of the opposite of why a lot of people want to use native plants. They want something low maintenance that's suited to natural elements in their area. So we cleared the area, we dug a good sized hole, and we added our products, which in this case was Blend and Penetrate Liquid Biotiller. Our John and Bob's line of products is perfect, where it's focused more on feeding the soil, and then the soil feeds the plant, rather than artificially providing nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium in a way that can be harsh and bad for natives. And then we put a layer of mulch in a big circle around it so that that can be kept free of weeds, so there's no immediate competition. We think this will take off as soon as we get a little bit warmer weather. We're in mid-February right now. Another month or so, we'll see this start to bloom. Western redbuds and eastern redbuds, which are similar in size and bloom, are all small deciduous trees or large deciduous shrubs. So there's lots of appropriate applications for them in gardens. We're always looking for small trees that don't have damaging roots, don't require a lot of space, can shade western sun because western sun is low in the sky. Lots of applications for western redbud in traditional gardens. Now, one of the things I like to do, rather than limit it to just native plants, there's other plants from other parts of the world that also do good in a hot, dry Mediterranean climate. I like to use all of those together rather than saying I'm only going to use California natives. Olive trees and rosemary and a whole host of other plants that grow in Mediterranean climates, which means they don't get summer water. And many of them are perfectly suited to our climate here in California. So I kind of mix California natives for our area with exotic plants that have similar requirements because they come from parts of the world with similar climates. But if you say, no, I want to limit it only to natives, that can be done. That just gives you fewer plants to work with. So one of the worst things for natives, since you're selecting them usually for their ability to get along without a lot of water, one of the worst things is to water them a lot, especially in heavy clay-like soil. You know, if you plant them near lawns, that's usually not going to work. You know, there's a lot of California natives, flannel bush, that are easily killed by overwatering. Matiha poppy, fantastic blooming plant, beautiful native, easy to kill if you overwater it. You can see all of these trees here are not being watered in the summer, but to establish new plantings in an area like Fresno that has lots of 100-degree days in the summer, the best way to do it is to be able to provide some watering the first 2 years or so, and that'll get them off to a really strong start. The owners had water up by their house. We brought that water down this steep hill, and we came with 3/4 inch schedule 40. We put in a quick coupler valve, that kind of acts like a hose bib, but it's buried, so there's no vandalism possible. And it requires a key to get into it, so you can't just come and turn on a faucet. And then there's a valve and a battery-operated controller. One of the challenges that I found in these natural areas is I don't like to use drip tubing because it's really subject to animals eating it and putting holes in it and constantly needing repair. What we came up with is all the pipe is buried and it's all Schedule 40 pipe, and then when we got to each plant, we put it on a regular sprinkler that pops up 4 inches when it comes on and is made out of sturdy plastic material so that it's difficult to damage, and it's finished to grade, so you can't kick it. It's on a swing joint, so even if you were to step on it, it won't break. We just want to water around the root zone of the plant. This first year, maybe he'll water once a week or so and get it off to a good start. If you liked it, please officially like it and continue to watch our videos and subscribe to them. If you have a comment, please leave it for us. We're happy to answer any questions. Hopefully, we've answered your questions about native plantings.